taking the initiative in our chess, seeing if there's anything that we can take advantage of. So we like to attack, so we're going to attack the pawn in the center and grab the pawn, keep it as normal as possible. Now in this situation here, we would knee-jerk reaction take the pawn. We could get a bit arty and say mistake to take, develop a piece supporting the pawn. It does get a little bit fancy and arty. But taking the initiative, what I'm going to do is I'm going to develop the knight supporting the pawn, using the candidate maneuvers as well that are paramount for our usage in decision making. Now the bishop's coming out, it's looking to attack the knight, so then we go in here, mistake to take, and it just gets all jammed up really. But develop the bishop supporting the knight, and it's not really taking the initiative. I want to take the initiative and attack the knight x-ray through to the queen. And it's at this point here where I would probably just take this knight off the board, but let's continue with attacking. So we're attacking it twice, and we're going to castle, because even if we do take, a pawn's taken, etc., and one of our pieces is going to have to move. So he doesn't care about that. He wants to get this pawn in the center. Yep. So that was their plan all along. But I think we've maintained the initiative by actually attacking, getting our pieces out. Now we can, there's no x-rays for this, so we might as well bring it back. Could bring it back here or bring it here, baiting a pawn. So I think we will do that. Our bishop doesn't have any protection on. Yes, so we've baited the pawn. They've been here before. We will take the pawn in the center, and they will take with this pawn, which then means we can bring the bishop either to here, keeping the diagonal through and through and through to the king, or we can bring it back here. We can bring it here as well, attacking the pawn at the side of the king. That seems a little bit more initiative background, targeting. Yep, and they're moving dead quick, so they're feeling comfortable with the position. B pawn's always going to be hit, so we could use the initiative and say, well, if we know this, we may as well just stop it off right from the get-go. So we may as well push this pawn, and they're just going dead quick. We can now attack the knight. Obviously the knight potentially is taking, we take, we're on the queen, that type of situation. So I'm going to attack the knight. We like to do a lot of attacking. And they're attacking our bishop, so we can take the knight, but he's just wanting to get his queen sat in this position. We can take, and it just brings his pawn into the center. It's blocking off our pawn, but we can hit them, I suppose, at some point. Is there anything else whilst my narration brain is working 10 to the dozen? Take a moment's pause. We don't need to take, because the queen is defending. Not really sure we want him to be taking here. Takes, queen sat here, protecting the pawn. Do we keep the tension? We're going to get hit anyway. Can we move the queen? Is that going to help? If we move the queen here, then we've got three pieces attacking. It's not going to be happy with that, but does it really help anyway? So if he takes, then we take, and then he pushes the pawn onto the bishop. Bishop takes. If the bishop takes, knight takes, pawn takes. Yeah, it still wouldn't work really, would it? Because he's got three pieces in the attack. He's got the pawn protecting as well. Anything else? Could start pushing the pawns up towards the king area. This is not doing much. If we do take, the bishop is biting on its own piece, but we won't. We'll just take it. Queen's there. Positionally, we could do this. He does en passant. Knight takes. Might that be better? Smaller piece attacking a higher piece. En passant. Knight comes here, then he's got a 2-on-1 with the queen and the bishop, so that's not going to work. Looked pretty, but it's not pretty enough. The knight does have a check on the king, by the way, just to throw that one in. So if we did do this, and it does do the en passant, it's not going to work really, because it's just going to open up anything else. Hit the pawn with this pawn and say what you're doing. Let's attack the bishop. I've worked through all these things. They look a bit too arty and fancy. Don't seem to be leaving me in a good position. They may just decide to take. We can take because we'll be on their queen. But the bishop is probably chomping at the bit to do this. And he has gone with that. So we will just take. We're on the queen. So that means we will get the knight, but it's not for free. It's still even Stevens, because he'll get the bishop. But what we did recently was we took with the smaller piece first. Could take the knight because I'm on the rook, so they have to do something about that. And he's on our rook, so we can take his rook. So it's a massive take fest at the minute. Just trying to maintain that initiative, just keep on going. Does he bring the bishop back? He's thinking of saving his bishop, but his bishop's got nowhere to go, really. All of these areas. Oh! So he's let us keep the bishop. So we can take the bishop. Now he's x-raying through to our king. There doesn't seem to be a piece that can help support that attack. So I'm glad they're moving very quick. And I think if we go like this and then come across and attack, but he's going to come down for the pawn, isn't he? Don't like them apples. Don't like them apples. We come here, he's going to be coming here, attacking the pawn. The rook can't come and defend. So I think initially if we come up, yeah, he's got a way in, hasn't he? Come up first, just to make a move. Looks like we're attacking this pawn. And now he's looking to support this pawn. And get the rook across, maybe. Get the rook across and then maybe come here. Let's get the rook across. We have 10 minutes and it's a 5-second increment. So he's really coming down for the bishop now. So I'm going to move the king out of the way. He's still coming. And now he's blocking our queen from attacking. He's going to get around the back here. Bring the bishop. Could do this, do this, do this, do this. Yeah, we don't want him getting there, but if we go like this, he's just going to come down and back rank us. Think. I'm obviously overthinking it, but they do have danger zones against our king. We could push the pawn, just blocking that pawn, and make a bit of space for the king, but he's got the dark squared dominance. They're not given an inch. Yep, so using the dark squares. The rook can come up, but as we said, the queen is waiting to come down here. We do have space to come here, which should stand us in good stead, shouldn't it? I'm going to go with the rook attacking the queen, small piece attacking. It's quickly going to come down here. We'll just go here. That was the only thing that was really concerning me. Oh no! That was the only thing concerning me. He's just taken a pawn, hasn't he? Just taken a pawn. Okay, so he's not coming to this square though. So we can challenge the queen. He's probably running and taking pawns all over the place. Whoa, scary times. Let's hit it again. Oh, this is a lethal player. We've got the advantage and we're going to lose the advantage. We don't want to lose the advantage. He's still sneaking down here. Still sneaking there, but we can move the king. Yep, told you. Let's go here. Now, we've got pieces. We could get towards his king if we try our best. And he's looking to support the pawn. And we can hit it. He just takes the pawn. Imagine the queen will take. Right, one of them speedy movers that just finds the spots. Just hit the queen. Again. Got 8 minutes. I mean, they've hardly used any of the time up. They're on 14 minutes. It's just going to keep running backwards and forwards into with the queen. Yeah. It's just going to go backwards and forwards with the queen. Let's just move the king. Trying to do slow potatoes to try and get there towards his king somehow. Inch at a time. It's not letting us do that, so his rook is getting in the game. No, he's not bringing the rook down. I was ready to take it off the board. So what's the queen doing here, really? He's looking to support the rook taking the pawn. So if we go like this, if his rook takes, we take. So I'm just going to go like this, but then if we go like that, he takes the rook. This is a little bit too shifty, this player is. He's a little bit shifty, is this player. So we could bring the rook supporting the pawn. Yeah, dark arts. Let's just bring the rook here, basic, keep it nice and simple. The dark arts are at play, unfortunately. Wow, dark arts are at play. Let's just attack this queen. It's nice if you can beat the dark arts, but my gosh, he's just peeling stuff off. Ever since he lost his bishop, it's all gone a little bit, whoosh, a little bit sting. We could attack the rook. It's not giving up that queen. Let's just attack the rook and the pawn. Not that I'm a greedy munching pawn person. Okay, so hit the king, get the bishop with the check on the king, pawn drops, and then he's got like a 2-on-1 with his queen and his rook. This is unbelievable play. Unbelievable. This is absolutely unbelievable play. So, I'm going to put the check on. Not going to bring the bishop, I'll bring the queen. He just defends with the pawn dropping. Because we're currently defending if he's going for the 2-on-1 attack thing. Alright, so we could go backwards and forwards, so he's potentially looking for a draw. He didn't drop the pawn. Which doesn't seem fair, really, does it? Doesn't seem that fair. Let's bring this rook here, attacking this pawn that's got no protection. Simple drop, obviously. There's no point in our queen taking this because he'll just get a checkmate. Yep, so he has dropped. Continue with a check, just put the check back on. And then come back with the queen. Next level dark arts, you're seeing it right here for yourself. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, one more check on the king. There's nothing we can take at all in any way, shape. It's got 2-on-1 we could have taken there, but he was just ready to come down with this. And we don't have a check on the king. We move, then it gets mated. We can take with the rook. Rook comes down, puts a check on. And then the queen comes here. That looks like it would be a mate, doesn't it? If we took this pawn with the rook. Rook comes down, puts the check on. We go here. And then the queen comes here with the support. So yeah, it's all a bit clever, really, isn't it? Could bring the bishop here, blocking. And then blocking. That might be a move. Bishop coming here. Rook's not squeezing in, is it? No. Queen might go, oh no, you're not blocking me in, I'm coming here. Yeah, if he goes there, then we can come back with the bishop. We're still protecting, but then he's got this pawn. Take. I think we're going to go with the bishop here to attempt to try and block. But like I said, I think he's got... No, he's not doing that. Not doing that. So I think if we bring the bishop here to block the queen's attack. So there's, hopefully, fingers crossed, there's no more attack here with his rook and his queen with the dark arts. And then maybe we can try and start putting some proper checks on, but obviously we can't get when there's no support here. So we'll get one check on and that's it. Do like the forward motion with the pawn push and get the rook off the board. But Mr. Dark Arts is not going to fall for any of that, is he? So he's probably just going to attack this pawn here. I don't know what they're going to do because they are very good, aren't they? So initiative is what we've been practicing in this particular game. That was the start of this session. Is looking at trying to take the initiative within the game. I believe we did do, and we ended up with the extra bishop from taking the initiative. Maybe the opponent could have done something different. So the queen's coming around. It's looking to try and find another way in. And I'm just thinking, I wondered why I didn't go here to try and come here to then come round the back. So we're thinking just putting a check on, he drops down. The bishop can't put a check on, so there's nothing else there. It is on a white square, so if we did push this pawn onto this pawn, the queen is on the rook, but he can always go up and attack the pawn. That is my next move that I'm wanting to make. I'm going to do it because it is on the rook. Dark Arts, I hope it fail. Ooh! It did and it didn't. Take him and he gets the pawn. It did work, but he's not bothered. So if we go here, king drops, we go here with the bishop. Don't forget he's got checks on our king as well. But if the bishop's here, he's not coming here to put the check on. He'll be coming down for our rook, but then the bishop is here. So somehow is he getting our rook? No. So I think that goes like this. This goes like this. pawn probably drops, or maybe doesn't, and he's just being a funny thing. And we go here with the queen. If the pawn drops, because it's on the bishop, then the queen can still attack the... I think we're going with the check on the king. So it's checks first in the principles. I say principles, just saying that as a joke. So we will put the check on the king. And then bring the bishop here, as we've mentioned. See if it looks any different, the picture. Is it better with the queen coming here with the check on? I don't think it is really. Bishop comes here. Yeah, we're going to go with the bishop putting the check on the king. And then we did say we're potentially coming here. Then it looks like he can come here and attack the bishop. So if he attacks the bishop, the rook does have a check on the king, but he can take the bishop. The queen can come down and attack the queen. Don't really want to give the bishop up. Really. So we could do this move beforehand, because his queen is not getting a check on us. I'm hoping it can't get a check on us, because as we said, time is running out. We've got 5-second increment. If we go here first, just to preempt and stop that, so that the queen can come here and get a mate looking position. I think the pawn will drop, which would give us time to come here. It's what the queen can do. I'm going with the rook. He may just take the queen off, the rook off the board, but that's better for us if he does. Oh, he does have a check. Shit, Taki mushrooms. I didn't see that. Has he got a piece, though? He hasn't got a piece. I don't think he's got a piece. That was just like a cat scratching in the corner. It's coming down for another check. We can come up with the rook. Yeah, didn't realise that. Yeah, never mind. You can't see everything. That's the thing. You calculate as much as you want, and you're still going to miss stuff. But so far, I think we're fighting the initiative and keeping the initiative with the calculation that we've been doing so far. I don't think there's anything else that he can do now. And now we can go in for what we believe is a mate type situation. Yes. So that is taking the initiative.